Are you a midlife woman looking for the right space to plug in? You're so successful and you've just been waiting to kind of find your tribe. And you know that as part of your journey here, you're going to want to be with other women as you do it, right? And so if that's you, then hi, my name is Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness. And what I do is work with midlife women who are extremely successful but have reached a place in their life and career where they're wondering if this is all that there is. And they just want to know if there's more. And really, the burning questions probably is what's next, right? And so, based on my history of doing psychotherapy for over 20 years with people in a really traditional setting, it's apparent to me, to be honest, that one of the most powerful things we can do is connect with others on our journey. Okay, so that's the underlining kind of notion that I want you to hold on to. And today we're going to talk about collaboration with women, sisterhood, right? Last video, I talked a bit about, why do we struggle? Today we're going to talk about what do we do, right? How do we make it better? How do we fix it? And so for me in my journey, I know as a businesswoman, I've had 3 businesses, and for me, having really incredible connections has been a complete game changer. And so I'm gonna do a couple of readings because they just like melt my heart, and I think they're so perfect for what we're gonna talk about today. And then I'm gonna give you my 6 points on what can we do to be in a different space with this idea of collaboration, right? Maybe you're struggling, maybe you haven't found your tribe, maybe you're nervous about it because it feels like you've had some bad experiences. Been there, done that, have the t-shirt to prove it. But let's circle back to that in a moment, okay? So hang tight with me. So this is a book by Cleo Wade, who I love, and it's called Remember Love. That sounded stupid, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Here we go. A little snort for you. Okay, so this is what she says first, and I wanna lean into this. Liking and loving ourselves is the greatest responsibility. It gives us the power to walk in the world, honest and alive, masquerading as no one, with no motive but to do good, feel good, and want for others the same warmth we feel from the candle we have lit within. And to me, what I want you to imagine is that if every woman trusts this and we have that internal candle, and I'm willing to hold mine up and share my light with you, we can light a stadium. We can light the world, right? I want you to think much bigger about the light you have within and what it looks like to share it. That it's like from a light to a light to a light, right? You've been at a candlelit service, do you know what I'm talking about? They're so powerful. They still get me. I almost always cry. Confession. I'm just saying, they always touch me in a way because it is literally the act of sharing your light from within with somebody else. And so hang tight with me because I want to talk about, what does this look like in midlife? What does this look like for midlife businesswomen? So let's do one more reading that I love what she said here. And this really struck me, okay? And this is the question she asks, and it's so powerful. Are you happy for others? I'm just going to leave that there for a second. Are you happy for others? The idea that we be happy for others seems obvious and maybe even easy. But in this era of compulsive comparison, a lot of us struggle to offer this simple blessing. And she's not saying as a criticism, she's saying, no wonder we struggle, right? Because this is what we're around. It's what we live in, is this constant comparison. Is there a better, different way, right? So let's talk about what can we do, right? In midlife, first of all, we're unlearning a lot of the shit we learned to get here. That's number one. So last time we did talk about a lot of the things we probably want to unpack and unlearn. And this time it's what do we want to relearn, right? Now I want to pull in the good stuff. So what can we do? Find a tribe. Find a tribe. I don't care if the tribe is 2 people. Find a tribe, right? And be a connector for women. Be a networker. And I don't mean the schmarmy, right? Cheesy, I'm out to sell you something. Be a connector and a networker for women because you love women. Because you care about our progress. Because you care about someone else's light that they need to go share with the world, right? So it could look like something as simple as you're scrolling Facebook and you see a woman doing something great, pat her on the back. Comment in there. That is awesome. You are nailing it. I just did a 3-day workshop with a woman And I knew I wasn't in a place to buy a program. I was just like, I have so much going on in my business right now. It's not the time to do a program because it's like, I really need to be fully present. And I knew that. And I was completely real with her about it. You know, was completely honest. And I said, yeah, I really appreciate everything you've taught me. This was such a good refresher and it brought some new and novel ideas to me. And I'm just not in a space. And she completely respected that. She was like, I love how clear you are. That is amazing. And just completely delightful about it. And I went back to her and I left her a voice memo and I said, I just want to tell you how awesome you did though. I want to thank you for not being smarmy. I want to thank you for not pushing me if the answer was not right now. You garnered so much respect for respecting me and respecting all the women that came and showed up and did your program with you for this last few days. You have integrity. So for me, even though it was a no, to go back to her and say, I see you, woman. I feel you. I love what you did. You taught us some valuable shit. And I want to give you a pat on the back, even if I don't decide to hire you right now, because it's just not the right time. That's amazing, right? I wanted her to hear from me. Do you hear me? It can be something as small as that. Another friend of mine just did a retreat, had a wonderful testimonial. I'm like, you rock it. That is amazing. Good on you. I don't need to be in comparison with either one of these women. They're both completely brilliant lights in the world, and they are not me. There is enough room for everybody at the table, right? This is going to be a phrase you're going to hear me say obnoxiously over and over again, okay? But be a networker. Be willing to say, hey, you know what? If you need something, I know somebody that has that. I know somebody that does that. You guys would be a really cool connection. I'd love to see you guys chat. Why not? Why not do that for another woman, right? We don't do enough of it. I don't see it nearly enough in my culture, like around me and the people that I work with and know, really kind people, but we all could be better. So I'm just going to call us all out there, myself included. And actually, this has really been prompting me to do more of it. So I'm glad I'm talking about it because I was like, okay, be the change you wish to see, right? Okay. Risk vulnerability. Somebody just took a big, I get you. Whew. Somebody might have noticed a little tightening in their chest, a little tightening in their belly. Just going to guess ahead in advance. Vulnerability is tough, ladies. It's tough. Because I don't know a single woman who doesn't get to midlife that hasn't been hurt. Friends, moms, grandmas, coworkers, right? It doesn't matter who you are, where you've been. You've probably been hurt by somebody. But risking vulnerability means way better connection and intimacy. And now I'm going to encourage you to be mindful of where and how you're vulnerable. I mean, also, I'm not saying like, you know, hey, just like forward without any conscientiousness about it, go do it. But do I think? No, let me back that up. I know when I have seen women share their truth and get vulnerable, it amazes me every damn time. I know this sounds so stupid, but every single time I'm lit up like it's the first time I just saw, you know, the like in the sky when the sky does the, oh my God, what do you call them? The lights. Oh my God. Anyway, circle back. This is midlife. You're welcome. But whenever I see those beautiful lights in the sky, right? The dancing of it, it's so incredible. And every time I'm like, no, this is so magic, right? If I can see this incredible color and this dancing in the sky, like anything's possible. And I'm just going to tell you that what has fascinated me is watching women. If you get a group of women together, I'm not kidding, it doesn't even matter. You get them together and you ask them to share truth, and they do. They're so ready to show up and to tell story. And this is what I think we've been doing for millennia. We probably had different words for it back in the day, right? People might have done it more in, like, let's say church groups or, you know, social gatherings. And maybe they had a group of people that they did a lot with because they were young moms. They needed to support each other to just get a job done, right? But they had this and they told stories better than we do today. We do it, but we get kind of like, again, tuck it in and keep it to ourselves. Don't keep anything to yourself. Here's my advice for you. Don't keep anything to yourself. Oh my God. It's so important, right? And so I want you to think about the Northern Lights, sweet Jesus. I know what come to me. I'm like, sweet Lord, it's in there, the Northern Lights. Okay, so, right, so that magic and that awe, I have it every time I see a group of women to get together. I've never not been impressed. And all it takes is an invitation. So be an inviter. Okay, be an inviter to tell story, be an inviter to be vulnerable. Risk yourself and your vulnerability and share story. because that is where all of our connections, all of our intimacy, that's where it all aligns. You start telling stories and someone goes, I've been there, I was there, I experienced that, I tried that. It's incredible. And or someone goes, no way. How did you do that? All because of your story. Your story is literally full of power and magic. 1000%. Okay. So share stories. Look for the right vibe. So I'm going to tell you, there is a piece to, there's an art to this, right? And this is a much longer, this is like a workshop. We're not going to have this minute. Look for people with the right vibe. Everybody's not for you, and you are not for everyone else. That's not me being insulting. I think in a community of women, you can be with 20 people telling a story and being vulnerable and still walk away having had a brilliant experience, but going, I don't know that we're necessarily going to be best friends, but I'm so glad I got to meet you and hear your story. Understand you're going to want to pick people that feel in alignment for you and your journey and where you're going, right? I mean, that's so important. And to negate that is to like a little kumbaya. That makes sense. Like I'm here. Listen, I'm here for the spiritual stuff. I really am. But also we all have different energies that really work for us. We want to find that aligned energy in somebody else because then sparks fly. I have news for you. I had a colleague of mine, we used to laugh about this. It was like electricity. We'd start talking about our ideas. This beautiful, crazy, cool energy would start happening and you could feel it in the room. Oh, so good. Every damn time we would talk about some idea we had, this is what happened. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people to put in your tribe that just elevate and lift you, and they create a different space for you to grow. They encourage you and empower you. They might challenge you in a really good way and be like, hey, girl, is that really for you? Hey, but last week, didn't you just say that? Right? And it's not criticism. It's like, I want to hold space for you because I see you. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for those people that feel like sisters that you have always had. They were out in the world. You didn't know they existed. That's what we're looking for. And so look for your tribe that way, right? That same vibe energy. And it doesn't have to be as same as you, but there's a magnetic, beautiful synchronicity and electricity. That's one really powerful way you'll know you've met somebody that's for you. Discernment, right? You got to discern, right? When is it right? When is it not? Okay. I mean, that's true too. I really want to have a good head on my shoulders about, is this person for my journey? And then listen, empower and celebrate each other. This is such a thing for me. I celebrate everything. I'm so nerdy about it. Celebrate each other's wins. There is nothing more powerful than receiving kudos from someone and saying, wow, good job. I just got it today. I was telling someone I couldn't come to another event because I was doing a speaking engagement. And she was like, how was it? And I said, it was amazing. She's like, that's amazing. Great job. Thank you. She didn't have to do that. She took 20 extra, 30 extra seconds to say, wow, how was that? Good job. She doesn't even know what I talked about. But we celebrated for just a couple seconds today, right? Yeah. Hell yeah. Right? Does that feel so good? So to me, it's really all about this connection. In midlife, it becomes so important to reconfigure your collaboration. And you can think of friendship and you can think of those, right? I'm talking work, but I'm also talking outside of work. And what I see is this vast need for women to find safe space to really talk about their experiences, where they are, where they want to go, what's on their hearts, and what can happen is something that's beyond powerful. And we don't have enough of these spaces, right? I'm in talks with someone and we're trying to talk about where can we find these spaces and can we create it? And so that's why I'm so passionate about it. It's like, let's go make this, okay? And so because I find that we need those places to really feel nurtured and seen and held. So that's what I want us to do. So celebrate and empower each other. So those 6 steps, really powerful tools for leaning in midlife and finding your tribe, finding your places and spaces where collaboration feels natural and easy. And it's so, to me, it's so empowering. I'm not going to lie. When I find other women who are just ready to jump in and join forces, Miracles can happen. I'm not kidding. Miracles can happen. So listen, if this resonated for you and you're in midlife and your business when you're like, you know what, I could really use a little bit more of this juice. I'm hearing what you're saying, Jen. I could use some tribe. I could use some collaboration. I'm not sure where to go. Reach out to me and let's do a call. I would love to share that midlife revolutionary method with you and see if any of that could be supportive in this journey. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. As always, Jen signing off. Blessings, love, and life. Until next time.